Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. We're going to take a look at baseball. We're into the 2 months in the books. It's June 1st as we're taping this one, and I'm joined by Bryan Leonard and Preston, the Sports Cheetah. Guys, 2 months into the season, baseball, any teams that surprise you, disappoint you? Maybe you think the buy sign's on now. They might be underrated, overrated. What are you guys thinking?
Go ahead.
I've just got a couple, one in each league. I think the Yankees are a little bit underrated right now. They haven't hit anything all season long. And now that they've got that 7, 8, 9 in the bullpen, I mean, they don't have to have the greatest starting pitching, and they don't. But they've got some young guys down in the minors that are back there that can always bring up. But I think the Yankees are going to be a really good team, and they're not going to be overpriced like they have been because they've basically been a 500 team. And the other is the Philadelphia Phillies. I read an article from a sports writer from Philadelphia, and he said, "Will the Phillies be buyers?" And I'm thinking, "Oh my God, this guy doesn't have a clue." And then he says, "Well, at least we'll end the season." He says, "No, we shouldn't be buyers, but we'll end the season in we'll be a 500 ball club." Well, they're a 500 ball club now, and everything's gone right for them.
Yeah.
The Phillies,
best case scenario.
Yeah, they've had the best. They've got all these good young pitchers. They're not used to putting in these innings. The Phillies are going to fade, and there's going to be a spot where we can make a lot of money going against the Phillies.
I've got two teams on my list, and Phillies were one of them. That's the one I'm putting the sell sign on. It definitely, as you said, everything has just worked out, perfect for them. In the fact, we've talked about it on previous videos, and we'll do it again as we hit the All-Star break. Teams with young pitchers, when they get to the second half of the season, you're going to be seeing them for the third, fourth times in division play. They're going to be logging innings that they're not used to logging. Philadelphia, I hope they keep winning right now because it's going to make them way underpriced, later in the season when we can really jump in and, make some money going against them. Preston, I think me and you have a team that we both like on the buy sign. You want to tell me some teams you like?
Yeah, the Astros was one that we talked about right before the video started, and I want to know if I don't know if it is technically a buy now because I think they're 7-1 their last 8. They moved Springer to the leadoff spot. Who knows if that's really correlated to it, but I saw an article this morning. I read how he's helped their offense in that regard. Their pitching early was partly unlucky and just partly poor pitching that's improving. So I think you're going to maybe in the near future have to start paying to back the Astros, but you might have a few spots. One even tomorrow at home, Keuchel's minus 130 against the Diamondbacks. It's Greinke, but it's still, I think there's a little bit of value there. And so just be wary. I'm like in a week or two, that might be gone. So they have kind of already gone on this run, and the sharper guys probably have backed the Astros a few times in the last week, whereas jumping in when it's too late isn't going to offer you any value. So I just wanted to make that point. And then in general for MLB, for me, you guys know, or maybe you don't, at least Bryan probably doesn't. I wind
He's confusing the hell out of me today.
I wind down my MLB at the end of May, and I just put all my time into the Cheetah Guide, the college football preview, and football stuff. So we just wrapped up, and I still pay attention here and there, but I won't even be really backing teams. I'll do some scalping the night before to next days when I think there's prices that are off, but most of my attention's in football. So hopefully the Astros work out for you, and I do agree with the Phillies as well. They're a team that's already kind of on the decline, even here in whatever month we're in, June.
All right, I'll throw one pitcher out there that he's on a horrid team, the Braves, but Matt Whistler, this is a kid that I like his stuff. He's got a really good whip, 1.01. Find some spots maybe where you can take a shot with the Leonard. Not going to be a lot of spots.
Yesterday was a great one.
And
unlucky.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, there was like 0-0 in the 8th, I think. And
he's a guy that, maybe, not necessarily. There's other ways to skin a cat, as we always say. Maybe look at the Braves in a 5-inning situation, or if he's going against another good pitcher, look at the total with it, because the Braves are not scoring a lot of runs. And, if you got another pitcher that's on the mound that's pitching well when you got him, especially I would make the note when you're playing a team that he's facing, that he hasn't faced that many times, maybe be the first time or only the second time, I think he's still going to have a big edge.
I think the Braves, as the season goes on, they're going to be a bet on team. Fulton Evans was a highly thought prospect, and now he's starting to pitch better. They've got, Tehran, if he even stays on the team, if they don't trade him. But they've already traded Grilly. they're trying to get rid of their veterans and have a lot of young players. I like teams that have the young players at the end of the year.
Got newfound chemistry.
Yeah, newfound chemistry. They know they got a chance to start the following year. The Braves, I just love those situations. So keep an eye on the Braves come the end of the season.
All right, guys, good stuff. Hard to believe we're 2 months into the baseball season already, and the dog days of summer are ahead of us.
Goes quick.
All right, guys. Hey, don't forget, if you're new to WagerTalk, you can get a $50 sign-up bonus. After your first purchase of $12 or more, just email support@WagerTalk. Put your username in there and tell us that you made your first purchase of $12 or more. We'll confirm it, and within 24 hours, you'll have $50 in your account to use any way you want at the site. It's just our way of saying thanks for joining WagerTalk.com. We'll be back with more at WagerTalk.